Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel. My name is Will. Hope everybody's doing great. How's your week going so far? Uh, Let me know. Also, let me know in the chat whether or not you can hear me. If you can, everything, picture and sound is good. Let me know in the chat, please. Great to see people in the chat already. Thanks for being here. It's always exciting to see chatter happening in the comments section before we go on. Thanks everybody again for being here. Today is International Friends Day, I believe, which is pretty exciting. So let me know in the comments some of your favorite duos. Who are some of your favorite friendships? Disney or outside of Disney. Um, Let me know what you think. Uh, you know, uh, Outside of Disney, I can think of Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, and their incredible friendship, uh, you know, and probably one of the best, you know, best friendships in you know, um, all of literature. It's really, incredible. Alex Kidden, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. I believe Stacy Rogers was here first. Oh, Stacy says it's all. Speaking of Stacy says it's also International Cheesecake Day. Put two together and you have the Golden Girls. There you go. So welcome in, Stacy. Thanks for being here. Tina McNeil, thank you for being here. Tina filled in for me last week. She and Mom did. Um, and also welcome in Dean the Turkey Lexter, Mandy Adams, Jonathan Chung. Thanks for being here. Great to see all of you. Hope everybody's doing great. Yeah, again, let me know some of your favorite friendships. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. There you go. That's a great one. That's a great one, Dean. Let me know some of your favorite friendships. Uh, think about some of the Disney friendships. Obviously, you've got the Fab Five. They're always great friends. Tina says, "My husband says Chip and Dale." Well, he said him and I first. Oh, that's precious. Love that. And she said, but I said, "Oh, okay." Besides that, so there you go. Uh, Ch- uh, he says, "Chip and Dale, great duo for sure." Um, Jonathan says, "Funny, I just came across a pair of figures made by Todd McFarlane. That's vintage of SCTV's Bob and Doug the Canadian duo. Cool. Oh, that's a fantastic one. Mandy Adams says my favorite Disney friendship is Todd and Copper from Fox and the Hound. Obviously, Buzz and Woody. Dean says Blue and Mowgli. Alex says Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. Yeah, so there's a trio there for you. I love this trio here. Harry, Ron, and Hermione from the Harry Potter series. Um, yeah, that is a cool item, Jonathan. Dean says Veggie Tales, Bob and Larry, of course. Uh, you know, great friendships. Yeah, Buzz and Woody, just like I'd said also. You could think Star Wars, you could think Marvel. Um, it's isn't it wonderful? What a blessing it is to have friends. I've heard people refer to your friends as being your chosen family before. You don't have a say, related to the family that you're born into, but you do have a say in the company you keep, in the people um, that you allow to be close to you. So, um, me and Mom have made so many wonderful friendships in this community. Stacy says Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper and Leonard Hofstadter. Yeah, there's a great dynamic between those two. Frank and Ollie, that's a great one. Thanks, Alex. But yeah, just lots of great friendships, represented. And again, it's such a blessing to have friends. And so, and I am appreciative, and I'm very thankful to consider, many of you that we've met since we started the channel. Very, very, very good friends. And so, yeah, Andy and Barney, Andy Griffith show, fantastic show. Dean. Let's see here. But so you might be wondering, why? What's Will doing on here alone this week? Is this his punishment for missing last week? No, in fact, it's not. Actually, here we go. Let's see. Jonathan says Captain Picard and Data. Frank Oz and Jim Henson. Yeah, that's a great duo there too. Great duos. Yeah, Alex says I could name some great cheesecakes too. Right, right. Stacy says I'm going to date myself here. Tina, I don't think Will know this one. Punch and John. I in fact do not know that one off the top of my head. But anyway, um, just again, it's wonderful to have friends. But mom is out this week. Actually, she and a friend of hers, and she'll tell us more about this next week. But she and a friend of hers went to go see Donny Osmond in concert, and so she is having a wonderful time. She's already sent me and the family a picture of her and Chips. Will Chips. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Stacy. Yeah, Alex says I know Punch and John. Uh, but mom is at a Donny Osmond concert. She's actually, she sent the family text a picture of her and Donny already, so she's having a great time. Her and her very very good friend, Miss Brenda. So I think they're having a great time tonight. But so we'll have to look forward to having mom on again next week, as usual. Yeah, Donnie and Marie. Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right, Alex. But Ren and Stimpy, yeah. There's some good ones there too, Jonathan. Welcome in, Pam. It's great. Great to see you. Stacy says, "OMG, I'm so jealous of your mom." Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Monorail Molly, welcome in. Great to see you. Let's see. Monorail Molly says, "I went to the Donny Osmond concert here in Cleveland, and it was amazing." All right, well, good deal. So we'll have to wait and hear more from Mom on that next week, but I'm sure she's having a fabulous time. She's already, like I said, already sent a picture of her, and which I'm sure she will probably have show and tell next week as well. The picture of her and Donny Osmond. If I'd have thought, I would have sent it to myself by now. To the way I could that way I could share it with you here. But Katie Mack, wishing on stars, great to see you. Thanks for being here, Katie. Sorry, I'm getting everybody written down here. But I'm about to go into this day in Disney history. So today is July 30th. So this is a pretty neat one here. 1907, this day in Disney history. Disney legend Roy Williams, Roy, also known as the Big Mooseketeer on TV's Mickey Mouse Club, is born in Colville, Washington. He began working for Disney in 1930 as a writer slash gag man and contributed to such animated classics as Saludos Amigos, The Three Caballeros, Cured Duck, Donald's Double Trouble, and Make Mine Music. As a sketch artist, Williams designed more than 100 insignias for the armed forces during World War II, including the award-winning Flying Tigers insignia. How about that? I never knew that. He also designed the famous mouse ears, along with Disney costumer Chuck Keene for the Mickey Mouse Club. So, pretty neat. Pretty neat. Again, that's Roy Williams, born this day in Disney history, 1907. Mike, thanks for being here. Great to see you as well. Let's see here. Get you written down here, Mike. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. Get everybody written down here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Also, this day in Disney history, 1938, voice actor and comedian Michael Bell is born in Brooklyn, New York. His voices include Quacker Jack for Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. The collector in a two-part Bonkers pilot episode, Going Bonkers, Mr. Perry Colonel Grog, and the High Marshal's wife in Tailspin, and Aziz Amal in Al Muddy Sultan in the Aladdin TV series. He also voiced Stokey for the live action Homeward Bound 2 Lost in San Francisco. I can remember Homeward Bound, but Homeward Bound 2, if I've seen it, it's kind of fuzzy in my memory. It's probably been long. If I have seen it, it's been a long, long time to where I'm not recalling it. But anyway, um, also this day in Disney history, singer songwriter and actor Paul Anka is born. So anybody who's watched any Gilmore Girls has probably heard the character Lorelai refer to. Actually, I'm pretty sure they named their dog Paul Anka. Which you might be thinking to yourself, why does Will know so much about Gilmore Girls? Well, you have my wife to thank for that. But Paul Anka, born this day in Disney history, 1941, he played the role of the yacht broker in Touchstone's comedies Captain Ron, 1992, and in 1985 hosted his own variety series titled Anka on the Disney Channel. Anka is famous for his hit songs Diana, Lonely Boy, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, You're Having My Baby, and Times of Your Life. So, yeah, Darkwing Duck's great. Exactly right. So, um, pretty cool. Paul Anka, born this day in Disney history, 1941. Also, this day in Disney history, 1943, Disney's Goofy cartoon Victory Vehicles is released, directed by Jack Kenny and animated by Ward Kimball. Goofy demonstrates different modes of transportation for wartime travel. This day in Disney history, 1948, Disney releases the animated short The Trial of Donald Duck, the last cartoon directed by Jack King. All Donald wants is a cup of coffee, but he gets mixed up in a misunderstanding about the abnormally huge bill. Animator Jack King will retire later in the year. Let's see here. This day in Disney history, 1958. I must admit, I don't know anything about this show, but actor Richard Burgi, I guess maybe it's Burgi, is born in Montclair, New Jersey. He is best known for his role of Carl Mayer on ABC's Desperate Housewives. I must say, don't know a thing about it. Stacy said, "There's nothing wrong with you knowing about Gilmore Girls." Will, all right, thank you. I appreciate the solidarity there. Tina says, "LOL, I loved Paul Anka's music." Um, but so that's 1958 again. I've never seen an episode of Desperate Housewives before in my life, but actor Richard Burgi was born Montclair, New Jersey, 1958. This date is history. 1963. Mentioning so here's another reference to a show that I know thanks to Jillian. I've gone from Gilmore Girls, now we're turning to Friends. So this day in Disney history, 1963, actress Lisa Kudrow is born in Encino, California, best known for her role as Phoebe Buffay on the hit television sitcom Friends. Kudrow provided the voice of Aphrodite for episodes of Disney's Hercules, the animated series. See, I loved Disney's the Hercules animated series. So, yeah, I'm good with not seeing Desperate Housewives, right, Alex? Yeah, same here. But I had no idea that she voiced that character. I can remember the little jingle every time they'd reference Aphrodite or introduce her. I'm not going to sing it, but it'd say the goddess of love. And so I vaguely remember that little jingle. But that's cool. I had no idea Lisa Kudrow voiced Aphrodite for the Hercules animated series. Stacy says Desperate Housewives aired from 2004 to 2012. Okay, well there you go. So let's see here. On to this day in Disney history. 1964, actor, singer, and composer Jim Wise is born in Santa Monica, California. Disney fans will know him best as Coach Tugnut in the Disney Channel original series Even Stevens. Hey, Miss Najuma, welcome in. Great to see you. Yeah, the smelly cat curator. Yes, it is. Indeed. Smelly cat, smelly cat. What are they feeding you? Yeah, that is correct. Also, welcome in, Miss Najuma. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. And Amy. Great to see you, AJC Magic TV. Amy, thanks for being here. We're just covering some this day in Disney history here at the start of the stream. Glad you could make it. getting everybody written down here. Sorry again, Mom. So for those of you that joined late, Mom was at a Donny Osmond concert and actually sent me and the family a picture of her and Donny Osmond. So she's having a great time, her and her friend Miss Brenda. So again, we'll hear. I'm sure, I guarantee we'll hear more about the concert next week. But yes, so Jim Wise, also known as Coach Tugnut, and Even Stevens, um, born this day in Disney history, 1964. As a singer and composer, he wrote all the songs featured in the Even Stevens episode Influenza the Musical, and wrote the song Dream Vacation for the Even Stevens movie, which was performed by Christy Carlson Romano. His other acting credits include That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, and The Drew Carey Show. Pretty neat there. Let's see. Yeah, Charlie says, "Me too, Will." What is that a reference to? Do you like the Hercules animated series? That may be what it's related to. All right, here's the good one, and he's also oh, never mind. This is the wrong Jackman. I was going to say this guy is all over the news right now, but this is the different Jackman. So this day in Disney history, 1974, composer, conductor, arranger, pianist, musician, and songwriter Henry Jackman, not Hugh, but Henry Jackman, is born in London, England. He is best known for composing music for Disney films such as Winnie the Pooh, 2011, Wreck-It Ralph, 2012, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, 2014, Captain America Civil War, 2016, and Ralph Breaks the Internet, 2018. Jackman also worked with his mentor Hans Zimmer on Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest, which is top notch. I love all the music composed for Pirates. It's just fantastic. So that's awesome. Again, that's Henry Jackman, born this day in Disney history, 1974. Not to be confused with Hugh, who again is all over the news right now due to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Not family friendly, and I've also not seen it. But I think it's the number one movie in the world, I believe, already. So it's just a lot of folks going to see it. Let's see here. This day in Disney history, 1986, Disney's Flight of the Navigator, starring Joey Kramer, is released in theaters. A 12-year-old boy named David is abducted by a alien spacecraft and sent 8 years into the future. This film also features Paul Rubens, Veronica Cartwright. Let's see here. Yes, okay, this Jackman does deserve a mention. There you go, right? uh, but also Sarah Jessica Parker and Howard Hesseman. Again, it's Disney's The Flight of the Navigator, released in theaters this day in Disney history, 1986. Also, this day in Disney history, 1993. This is pretty cool. And let me know in the chat if you've had the chance to to go to any of the overseas Disney parks. I've been to Hong Kong Disneyland. Granted, they've since made some substantial changes to the park since I was there. But let me know if you've ever been to any of the overseas parks. This day in Disney history, 1993, Indiana Jones et le Temple du Peril, which I probably just butchered that. French for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril, of course. Debuts at Disneyland Paris this day in Disney history, 1993. A wild roller coaster. It's based on the Indiana Jones films, sponsored by Esso. Guests are taken on an adventure riding in a mine train through a lost temple. Pretty cool. Alex says Charlie is saying he's here too. Okay, good. I'm glad you're here, Charlie. Thanks for being here. We started unfortunately earlier bedtimes again to get ready for school. Yeah, and he's excited to still be up. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad you're with us, Charlie. And I hope that you're looking forward to school. Hope you have a great start to your school year here coming up here pretty quick. But yes, this day in Disney history, 1993, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril debuts at Disneyland Paris. Also, which we have a little bit of cruise news to cover tonight. But this day in Disney history, 1998, Disney launches its first cruise ship. Let me know in the chat if you know what it is. I'll wait a minute. If you know the name of Disney's first cruise ship, I'll give you a little bit longer. to take a guess at it. At the time, it was one of the three largest ships in the world. Um, so wait just a little bit longer. This day in Disney history, 1998, Disney launches its first cruise ship called the Disney Magic. So pretty neat. Again, I have a little bit of a little bit of cruise news to cover tonight for a new cruise ship coming. I think it ships out. Yes, it was the Magic. You nailed it, Stacy. Yeah, there you go. The Magic. There we go. Alex got it. Yeah, there's going to be another cruise ship sailing out next December. So December 2025, called the Disney Destiny. But this day in Disney history, 1999. Let me know in the chat if you have had the opportunity to get invited to get backstage passes from Aerosmith at Hollywood Studios. So this day in Disney history, 1999, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. And it's still, even with all the rumors floating around and the renovation work that's been done, we still have since 1999 Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith officially opens to all guests as part of the largest property-wide expansion in Disney World history. The indoor steel roller coaster features a high-speed launch of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. 3 inversions, rock concert lighting, and a specially created Aerosmith soundtrack blasting from 120 onboard speakers in each coaster train, all firsts for a Disney World attraction. How about that? Big shout out to my Uncle Jerry, who actually worked on this ride. But I've Jillian has she had seen some chatter about the ride feeling a little smoother since it's open for refurbishment. I can't vouch for that because I'm not ridden it myself since they reopened it. But again, this day in Disney history, 1999, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith opens to all guests. Wait a minute, I love that idea. So I get to ride in that super stretch limo. One of my favorite rides anywhere. One of my favorite rides anywhere. Let's see here. Sorry, catching up on the chat a little bit. Ever heard a horn battle with the Disney ships? I've heard the horn, the sound of the horn before, but I don't know that I've seen a video on a horn battle yet. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful, Pam. That's wonderful. Not necessarily you crying, but that's wonderful. You got to meet your great nephew. Let's see. Looking here. Sorry, catching up on the chat. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Also, this day in Disney history, 1999, Fast Pass begins operation on the Magic Kingdom attractions Space Mountain and Splash Mountain. How about that? Now we've got the Lightning Lane, multi-pass and single pass, and we've had different iterations of different things since then. But I must say, there's a sentimental part of me that misses the everybody, round up your tickets and give them to somebody who can power walk over to the Fast Pass kiosk and put your ticket in the kiosk and have it spit out. I miss those paper Fast Passes. I really do. Because they made, I think I still have some somewhere. But yeah, I'm sure they were happy. Happy tears. That's wonderful though, Pam. But I do miss the yeah, 4th iteration. Yeah, I miss the paper Fast Passes. I do. I think I still have some, in a drawer at my parents' house. But anyway, this day in Disney history, 2002 signs the original motion picture score by James Newton Howard is released by Disney's Hollywood Records. Yeah, there you go, Chris. We did that. I was the fastest runner. There you go. So you had to, you don't want to actually run, so you kind of have to it's like you have to power walk, and so you gotta get over there and work your way through, and keep track of everybody's fast passes and make sure you make it back with all the fast passes and made it back with all the everybody's ticket too. It was very important. Welcome in, Chris. Great to see you. But let's see here. This day in Disney history, a couple spooky things back to back here. And are both of these M Night? I always botch his last name. Is Shyamalan? I definitely botched his last name. But it's didn't he do Signs and The Village? I can't remember. Help me out, chat. But so Signs 2002. The original motion picture score was released. This day in Disney history by Disney's Hollywood Records. And then 2004, Touchstone Pictures releases the psychological thriller mystery drama, The Village, about a village whose population it lives in fear of a mythical race of creatures inhabiting the woods beyond it. The film stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Joaquin Phoenix, Adrian Brody, William Hurt, and Sigourney Weaver. So stars of that film. Let's see. This day in Disney history. This one's for Jillian. 2006. Both of these are for Jillian. This 2006, this day in Disney history, the Cheetah Girls perform at Disney's California Adventure. How about that? Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters. This day in Disney history, 2006. And also, High School Musical premieres on Disney Channel Brazil. We are in fact, we are all in this together. So anyway, a couple shout outs there for Jillian. This day in Disney history, 2015, Disney historian and author John Culhane passes away at his home in Dobbs Ferry, New York at age 81. His books on Disney animation include Walt Disney's Fantasia, Aladdin, The Making of an Animated Film, and Fantasia 2000, Visions of Hope. Culhane also penned more than 20 articles for the New York Times Magazine, including pieces about Disney animation that gave unprecedented recognition to Walt Disney's Nine Old Men, as well as the studio's next generation of artists and animators in the 1990s. That is one thing that I would like to see, on Disney Plus. There are different shows that, the Imagineering story behind the attraction. I would love to know more. It's Shyamalan. Yeah, I thought that was right. I botched it. I knew I was off, but thank you very much. Stacy says he and I, M. Night Shyamalan, he and I grew up in the same county, and he films most of his movies in that county. See, I did hear about that. Pink also grew up in the same county. How about that? A small world, after all. But I would love, anyway, back to what I was saying. I would love to know more about some of these, influential, Imagineers and animators, coming up through the ranks. I would love to, some of the names of some of these folks coming up that are, making big contributions behind the scenes. That way, they can help build up that rapport, that respect, for much like we esteem, so many of the other, Imagineers that are, well known amongst Disney fans. I would love to know, more about some of these young Imagineers that are, rising up through the ranks and, helping create, incredible experiences, for guests. So, also this day in Disney history, 2018. Disney's newest feature film, Christopher Robin, has its premiere in Burbank, California. The Disney Studios lot becomes the 100-acre woods on this Monday night as stars gather for the world premiere of the live-action comedy drama, starring Ian McGregor as Christopher Robin, of course, alongside Haley Atwell, as well as the voices of Jim Cummings, Brad Garrett. Christopher Robin will be generally released on August 3rd. Loved this movie. Absolutely loved Christopher Robin. Just one scene in particular is very impactful to me. And to me, it has parallels to being a parent in a way. There's, sorry if I spoil it, but hey, this movie came out in 2018. So if you hadn't seen it yet, I'm sorry. You can mute me for 30 seconds or so. But there's a scene in this movie, where Pooh is just covered in honey and he's got honey on his feet. and he's having this conversation with Christopher Robin. Um, and at no point does Christopher Robin belittle him or berate him for, this mess that he's making. He's leaving behind this honey trail, this mess, and at no point does he ever, express frustration with him or get on to him for making this huge mess. And it just goes to show, the amount of, love that he has, even as a grown man, for Pooh Bear, that silly old bear. And so anyway, little some parallels there to being a parent. Obviously, you know, you need to, their discipline has its place for sure. But it was just that scene in particular was very impactful to me. He doesn't get on to Pooh, and the conversation just kind of continues moving forward. But anyway, it's I love I very much love Christopher Robin, the movie. This Day in Disney History, 2018. This Day in Disney History, 2021. Let me know what you think about this movie. I, for one, now I will admit I'm completely biased because I'm a big fan of The Rock and also Dwayne Johnson. For those non WWE people, um, but Dwayne Johnson, and I feel like Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson had fantastic chemistry in this movie. I really did. And so, there were lots of people that said, oh, there's a so many parallels to, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like they pulled from, kind of pulled from other films. Hey, Matt, thanks for being here. Great to see you. Simba 2. Get you written down here, Matt. Thanks for being here. Mom's at a Donny Osmond concert. For anybody that's joined since I mentioned it last, so that's why she's not here tonight. She actually met Donny Osmond, so be on the lookout next week for a Mom to Do show and tell us more about the her concert experience and meeting Donny Osmond. So I actually reminded Mom. I said, you'll have to let me know if he does. I'll make a man out of you, because he is the singing voice for Shang in Mulan. Um, so anyway, I said, you'll have to let me know. Now, she asked him that during the Q&A if he'd be singing that. He said, no, I'm actually not doing this, not doing that song tonight. But there is a Mulan segment of the show. So Mom said that she'd try to record it for me. But anyway, I thought that was pretty neat. And she was like, that's right. So anyway, sure she'll have more to share with us. Simba Matt says, can she grab me a pair of purple socks? I'll have to check with her. I have to hit her up on Instagram there, Matt. Alex says, love their chemistry. Wasn't a fan of the film. The villains were too much for the kiddos. I completely get that. Oh, for sure. I could see that 100%. That's not one that Wyatt has seen. Now, granted, Wyatt's seen, some of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and has been pretty, it hasn't really phased him, like Captain Barbosa, and the Skeleton Crew, with the curse and everything. That's not phased him. And so anyway, we'll have to see. Maybe give this one a go at some point. I'll have to look up the parents guide, to make sure there's nothing that I'm can't think of. You don't want any surprises. We try to do a good job of, monitoring what we allow Wyatt to watch. And so anyway, but this day in Disney history, Alex, I think kind of nails it a little bit. That seemed to be kind of the general reception of this film, is that they seemed like they borrowed a lot, like they wanted to make this essentially like another Pirates franchise, basically, and that they kind of pulled a lot of inspiration from the Pirates movie. But I really enjoyed their chemistry. Again, I'm completely biased. I acknowledge that. I'm a big fan of Dwayne Johnson. Um, and again, I thought the chemistry between him and Emily Blunt was great in this movie. But this day in Disney history, 2021, Disney's newest adventure comedy film, Jungle Cruise, is simultaneously released in theaters and through Disney Plus with premiere access. Is a combination of Pirates and Goonies. There you go. Uh, but Yeah, in Disney Plus Premier Access. So I think Jillian, I believe Jillian and I went to go see this in theaters. Actually, so set during World War One, riverboat captain Frank Wolfe, Dwayne Johnson transports British scientist Dr. Lily Houghton and her brother McGregor on a mission into the jungle to find the Tree of Life, which is believed to possess healing powers that could be of great benefit to modern medicine. Uh, so, uh, and I will say that I do distinctly remember part of this. There was a part of this movie in which I was really confused about. It has like a flashback sequence, if I remember. So I think I've only seen it. I saw it in theaters, and I've seen it maybe once or twice since then. Um, Okay, the purple socks is a Donny Osmond reference. Thank you. Thank you for that, Matt. Matt, Stacy says us older ladies do that. There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry that one went whoop, right over my head. But yeah, so there was a part of this movie I can remember that just like there was like just random heavy metal out of nowhere. And it says one of the tracks, "Nothing Else Matters," featured the heavy metal band Metallica, which I, for one, you know, it really enjoyed Metallica. And man, I had no idea I'd be covering Metallica tonight here on Hitchhiker Chat, but Fortnite has heavily featured Metallica. The video game Fortnite has heavily featured Metallica recently. You can hear their songs in the game itself. The Some of the the band members are actually featured as skins or playable characters in Fortnite, which is interesting. But yeah, I can remember at one point during the movie I was very yeah, access there are very many parts of that movie I was baffled with. But at one point I was just like the movie like it's rare for me for the music to feel like it doesn't fit the tone or what's happening in the movie, and that was one of them. Is that like heavy metal section hits? I'm like, this doesn't feel like it matches what the film is currently showing us on screen. But anyway, overall, I really enjoyed the movie, and anyway, uh, I wish it had been more well received. Uh, because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they would have, added animatronics, just like with Pirates, if they would have added animatronics from the movie into the ride somehow. Um, but anyway, that that let's see here, double checking here. Oh, I gotta say this one. Yeah, Fortnite will do skin anything. Yeah, well, they'll add any sort of characters in these days. 100%. For sure, Jonathan. Debbie, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well, Debbie. But I wanted to cover this day in Disney history. 2012 was the closest thing out. Comedian and actress Pat Carroll, a television pioneer and Emmy, Drama Desk, and Grammy winner, passes away at her home on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I remember us talking about this on Hitchhiker Chat back in 2022. It says the passed away at her home in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The 95-year-old was best known to Disney fans for her 1989 voice of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. She also reprised her role for the television series The Little Mermaid, and she returned to the franchise in 2000 to provide the voice of Ursula's sister Morgana in Return to the Sea. Carol also voiced Nanny slash Granny in My Neighbor Totoro and Old Lady Crowley in the first season of Tangled the series. Didn't know that. Yeah, Pat, Pam's fam. Yeah, I figured you'd chime in there. Um, but anyway, as you're a big Ursula fan, so um, yeah, I love this. So they include little quotes on this. We're on thisdayindisneyhistory.com is where we pull this from each week. For the day for Hitchhiker Chat, and the quote for today is, "Wait a minute, I love that idea. How about some backstage passes?" So again, that's This Day in Disney History 1999 Rock and Roller Coaster starring featuring Aerosmith debut. So anyway, again, today is International Friends Day. By the way, that wraps up This Day in Disney History. Today is International Friends Day. We've already covered some various friends, but then some more people may have joined the chat by now. So let me know some of your some of your favorite friendships, be it Disney or anything else. We got some good ones earlier, but if you want to throw some in the chat there, feel free to include some. Aerosmith was the best concert I've ever been to. I really, I really, really wanted to make it to an Aerosmith concert outside of Rock and Roller Coaster. I really wanted to make it to one. I've never been to one. You know, I am not a huge concert guy. Um, I don't know. Maybe I need to let loose a little. Who knows? Maybe I'm too uptight. I don't know. But anyway, we Jillian and I've seen some pretty cool concerts over time. I gotta say, we've seen Adele. That was one of the that was Jillian's Christmas present one year. So we I got her tickets to see Adele in concert. Um, we've seen Zach Brown Band, which was still my favorite show to this day. I mean, their showmanship and their abilities as pure musicians are just off the charts. It's just absolutely incredible. Um, we've seen Florida Georgia Line. We've seen Need to Breathe. Um, we've seen several concerts together. But again, Jillian's seen several concerts with her mom too. But anyway, yeah, Fred Barney. There you go. Another great friendship there from the Flintstones. But anyway, I've never been a big concert guy, but there are Aerosmith is one of those on a list that I would make exceptions for, and I would love to see. Um, so a little bit of Disney news. Jumping ahead now. Disney begins tree removal on Dinosaur. Closure likely imminent. The story comes from Walt Disney World News Today. Yeah, Mike and Sully, there you go. Fantastic friendship. And I, for one, I thoroughly enjoyed. I've loved all of the Monsters Inc. content that they put out. From Monsters Inc. to Monsters University, which was a fantastic follow up to Monsters at Work. I've loved all the seasons of Monsters at Work. So I appreciate, a big fan of Monsters Inc. Uh, in all its iterations. But crews have begun removing trees around the dinosaur show building at Disney's Animal Kingdom, indicating that a closure announcement is likely imminent to transform it into an Indiana Jones attraction. Yeah, Lucy and Ethel, there you go. I love Lucy. They announced this last year at D23. Yeah, Pam says now Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, right. That's the duo of the day, if you will. Um, So the Walt Disney World News Today team noticed that trees around the show building for Dinosaur were thinning out, signaling that removal has begun. They said the show building for Dinosaur is unusual. When the structure was built, the goal was to hide the giant show building behind the much smaller Dino Institute building, with trees planted around the structure and on the building itself. It appears that crews have begun removing the trees that were planted on the building specifically, with some behind the structure also possibly removed. And so they have pictures in the article of the difference in the tree density, if you will. So again, I absolutely loved, and I must say, do I think Indiana Jones is necessarily 100% on brand for Animal Kingdom? Not necessarily. Yeah, there you go. Matt says dinosaurs can wreak havoc on trees. I know because I've seen Jurassic Park, right? Um, yeah, Stacy says even in the comics, Deadpool and Wolverine were frenemies. Deadpool always loved getting under Wolverine's skin. Uh, Alex says, I had some wonderful friends when I worked for Disney. Many of the characters from stage shows and walkabouts, Steve and Russ, both actors who played Clopin, were friends who got me through bad times. That's wonderful, Alex. But do I think that Indiana Jones necessarily matches the spirit of, if you will, of Animal Kingdom? Not necessarily. But I must say, the Indiana Jones at Disneyland, the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland is one of my favorite rides I've ever been on. And it's incredible. So I hope they don't do a carbon copy. I hope they do their own iteration of it. But if they if they choose to do a carbon copy of the Disneyland ride, I wouldn't be disappointed. Other than the fact that I don't necessarily like it when they have the exact same ride from one part to the next. I like for them to kind of change things up, spice it up a little bit. So I'm hoping that I hope they have the ride of the same caliber with, maybe some of the effects, on the ride, if you will. Um, let's see. Yeah, there you go. Pam says, best dynamic duo I know is Mikey and Pam's fam. Debbie says Paul McCartney and John Lennon, more great friends. But I for one, I'm excited to see what they do with this space. I hope it's something new, but I hope that the caliber of the ride and the experience is similar to that, if not better than Disneyland's. All right. Stacy says Saray had a great. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Simba too. Matt says that maybe they can keep a dinosaur in there as an Easter egg. That'd be cool. Yeah, they really should. I guarantee they'll come up with some way to acknowledge it. Stacy says Saray had a great idea how they can make Indy work in Animal Kingdom. Indy is searching for a golden jaguar. He thinks it's a priceless statue, but it ends up being a real golden jaguar. How about that? That's onto something there. I like that. But anyway, again, they announced that last year at D23. But Dinosaur hasn't gotten any sort. Much like it's interesting because they announced that Dinosaur would be phased out for Indiana Jones, and they also announced that A Bug's Life, it's tough to be a bug, would be uh, given the boot in favor of a Zootopia show. So anyway, both of those rides are moving right along. They're continuing to operate normally currently. However, we are very close to D23. So there's probably going to be some information coming here really, really soon about maybe closure and maybe timelines for for these updated experiences, both Zootopia taking over for It's Tough to Be a Bug in A Bug's Life, and Dinosaur being turned into Indiana Jones. Stacey says, I also think Encanto the ride works if you enter Antonio's room, and that's where the ride takes place. So, yeah, I could see that. So, they've talked about was Central Americas. I think I've seen floated around out there of another section of the park to be added to Animal Kingdom. We should know more very, very soon, though. And I'm hoping that we get some concrete. Yeah, Matt says I'll miss the scary Black Widows. That was my favorite part, mostly because I like seeing people get freaked out. Between those and the and people that are unsuspecting, the big hopper animatronic, flying up, and it's a great animatronic. I'm sad to see that thing go because it's a great animatronic. Um, but between Hopper and the Black Widow spiders coming down, and there at the end of the ride, whenever with the seat, with the and before that too with the seat, the stinger and the maggots and all the other nasty critters, feel like going across there on your chair. It's always fun to see who's unsuspecting, who isn't ready for that. So, but yeah, again, D23 is coming up real soon. And I'm hoping that we actually get some. Sorry, my computer died on me. Um, let me get this thing going again here. There we go. All right, back in business. So hopefully we get some concrete Disney news here, some concrete announcements, actionable things, not just blue sky announcements. Blue sky's fine, float an idea out there, see how well it's received. But I want some, give me some, give me some concrete news. Give me and also timelines as well would be cool to to know what's actually going to get done. I know that they float blue sky things out there, but very interested to see. Obviously, lots of chatter, lots of news coming out. From Universal with the Epic Universe Park, coming next year. So you have to think that Disney, knows that there's a fair amount of hype from theme park goers related to that park. Um, so hopefully they give us some really cool announcements here at D23 this year, and not just blue sky stuff, but actual things that they plan to carry through with. Moving on, next item on Disney news I have to cover here is wait for my screen to come up here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking here. Yeah, I'm gonna miss stuff to be like right too. So it breaks my heart because Kevin Sparrow. Well, thank you for being here. It breaks my heart a little bit because you know I know at this point A Bug's Life is a bit dated. I acknowledge that. However, in terms of the attraction and the number of years that have passed, since the movie came out. Um, but anyway, I love A Bug's Life, you know, um, and I hate to see it replaced, especially, and I'm thankful to have gotten to experience A Bug's Land at Disney California Adventure before it turned into Adventures Campus. And frankly, and I love Marvel, don't get me wrong, but I feel like A Bug's Land was a better use of the space, honestly. Um, because I mean the Guardians ride, Mission Breakout was already there. Whenever we were there in 2017 in December. Um, and so, there were just so many rides in that small space. And granted, there were kids' rides, but I just, Jillian and I really enjoyed that area on that trip. And obviously we went December this past year, and it's Avengers Campus now, which was cool. We thought it was really neat. But I just felt like they did a lot more with the space whenever it was a Bugs Land, in my opinion. Yeah, Tina says maybe one blue sky idea and then other nine are real hard plans in the works. Not all but one being blue sky. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm scrolling here. Oh, Joseph, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. It's written down here, Joseph. But Bugs Life was one of the I can remember playing the Bugs Life video game that was out on the PlayStation 1. Um, and it's funny because you'd lose or get game over, you know, and the scene with Hopper would pop up. Something about have you been playing all summer? Do you think this is a game? Well, guess what? You just lost. It's that scene is just like burned in my mind from having played that game, um, and obviously having seen the movie too. But anyway, I will miss It's Tough to Be a Bug. But again, I'm thankful to have gotten to experience it and also experience a Bug's Land at Disney California Adventure before it was rethemed to Avengers Campus. Which is nothing. I don't think we've talked about that on this show. Um, I've heard that they were that the Doctor Strange show that they have in that that entire space that's dedicated to Doctor Strange. I don't know if they're like reworking that show or what they're doing, but that show I believe is closed. And which begs the question: why in the world would you dedicate that much space in a land to a show that isn't going to run more than that show's run? Maybe they're reworking it some. Who knows? Maybe maybe we'll hear more about that at D23. But I was just incredibly puzzled. I was like, what's the point of that space? If it's not going to have a show in it? So anyway, it was a head scratcher. But again, maybe they're reworking it a little bit. Who knows? But um, little bit of cruise news. So the Disney Destiny cruise ship will start sailing out 2025, December 2025, I believe, following the debut of the Disney Treasure this year. There's going to be several dining venues, of course, in addition to a dinner show as well. They're going to have Edna Alamode Suites, which sounds pretty neat. It's going to be Edna Mode's lab, where the famed fashion designer from The Incredibles whips up outfits for the world's most famous supers will be transformed into a unique confectionery at the brand new Edna Alamode. See, you nailed it. Stacy, or my bad, Amy, you hit the nail on the head. And it's interesting because sometimes you hear things while you're in the park, you hear interesting conversations just kind of, from being in the area. So I'm going to take a quick segue from the Disney Destiny here. But Amy nailed this here. They never opened the Quinjets. So so we were standing in line. No, actually not standing in line. We were in the area waiting for Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln there at Disneyland this past December. And we're just kind of hanging out, in there, waiting for the next show to start. We see the bench that, I think Walt Disney sat on to get the inspiration for Disneyland. I think is housed in that building. Uh, you know, Various other things to see and read in that building as well before you walk into the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln show. But anyway, I overheard, I wasn't intentionally eavesdropping, but I was intrigued. I overheard a cast member having a conversation with a guest, asking about Avengers Campus, and he felt like the he felt like Avengers Campus in its current state is like Galaxy's Edge was before they opened Rise of the Resistance. And basically, it's missing that e-ticket attraction. And so I think Amy really nailed this on the head. And that's, I feel like that was a great way to describe it. It's missing that big e-ticket attraction. Now, again, my Mission Breakout is a lot of fun. It's a great ride. The Spider-Man ride, it's pretty cool. I love being able to score and use the interactive gauntlets like this one, which Wyatt loved a whole lot. But anyway, I feel like that cast member and also you, Amy, as well, described this perfectly. It's missing that big e-ticket attraction, if you will. And so who knows? Maybe we get some more information on that. They talked about the Quinjets. They talked about like a multiversal battle. They talked about a King Thanos, themed, centered attraction. But I think 100% it's missing a big ride. As Stacy says, related to the Doctor Strange, so I think they could still use the area with other Marvel characters. Have someone play Wong, and he brings heroes or villains out. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. And I thought the show, I've seen vlogs on the show that they did with Doctor Strange previously. I thought it was really neat. So, which I mean, he brought like Thor through the portal, and I think another character or two maybe. But anyway, I'd have gotten, it was just a bit of a head scratcher on why the show didn't run longer than it has. But anyway, we'll see what they have in store for us. I'm sure we'll get more information here pretty soon. All right, no, all right. Thanks for the heads up there, Alex. But yes, back to the Disney Destiny cruise ship that'll start cruising out at the end of next year. There's a unique confectionery called Edna Alamode Sweets will be aboard the Disney Destiny. She will be the sewing equipment will be repurposed as sweet making devices. This dessert spot will be sure to be a hit with your family with homemade gelato, ice cream, cookies, candies, and specialty treats served in a space full of bolts of fabric and costume models. And while she never looks back, you might have to do a double take of the picture perfect sculptures of both Edna and Jack Jack, one hard at work, one hungry for cookie num nums. So they're also going to have a couple other cafes. They're going to have Cafe Megara, which will pay homage to Disney's Hercules with a unique and vibrant Greco disco design. And they also have Cafe Merida, an area that will be inspired by the by Merida, of course, of Pixar's Brave. So with a Celtic centered design. So pretty neat. More news will continue to come for the Disney Destiny through August 1st, per Walt Disney World News Today. Let's see here. So the departure port also has been announced. Its home departure port will be the Disney Destiny will sail from the new Disney Cruise Line location at Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. How about that? I didn't realize that. It's really neat, really interesting. It's pretty cool. So the Fort Lauderdale is where the Disney Destiny will set sail from. Have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a great week. Let's see here. Good point. Wong would show up. I like the show when you got a good view. Yeah, good point. Wong popping out saying the wrong portal would be funny. If he was in his vacation clothes, that would be really funny. I like that idea, Jonathan. And also, back to Disneyland news. Disneyland cast member unions ratified new contracts. So after a months-long battle between cast member unions and Disneyland Resort, new 3-year contracts have been ratified. According to a post from Disney Workers Rising on Instagram, the contract is for 3 years. It comes up after unions had voted in favor of a strike authorization after negotiations fell through. This group represents 14,000 cast members. Let's see. So the post reads, our new 3-year contract agreements with Disney have been officially ratified. Thank you for taking the time to vote and ensuring your voice was heard. Because of our solidarity and commitment to fighting for the contract we all deserve, our new historic contracts include a 3-year contract, the biggest wage increases ever. Most cast members will be receiving $6.10 increase over 3 years. Base minimum wage rate of $24 in 2024 or more for some classifications. Historic longevity increases for senior cast members. Attendance policy and sick leave improvements that give cast members more opportunities to attend to personal issues, which is wonderful, without fear of discipline. New premiums for cast members. It says this victory is a direct result of showcasing our power through the bargaining table or at the bargaining table and in the parks. So anyway, again, cast members do so much to make magic. And so it's great to see, them acknowledged for their hard work and their contributions to making the parks what they are. So the Haunted Mansion Holiday 2024 returns to Disneyland Park for this year with a virtual queue. So Haunted Mansion Holiday has returned to Disneyland for the Halloween Christmas season. Since construction's still going on outside the mansion, the ride is using a virtual queue. Let's see, and again, which the Haunted Mansion Holiday overlay is it's incredible. So both times we've been to Disneyland. Me and Jillian, that is, and her family and the boys on this past trip. Both times we've been to Disneyland. We've gone in December, so I've never seen the regular version of the Haunted Mansion. But I must say, Haunted Mansion Holiday, the overlay is incredible. It's so cool. We've got several shorts up that I took on this past trip on the channel. From this ride. It's really cool. But anyway, a big fan. So it's got a virtual queue. Again, the entire outside of the ride is themed as well. It's really cool. So anyway, pretty neat there. Let's see. Next bit of news here. Hey, there's Mom. Welcome in, Mom. I have to give everybody a heads up on a heads up on how the concert went there. Stacy says before my aunt moved out of Fort Lauderdale, she could see the cruise ships coming into port from her balcony. How about that? That sounds awesome. Have a good night, Matt. Let's see. Oh, Debbie says that's near me. Will, I live in Fort Lauderdale. Hey, how about that, Debbie? Yeah, that's really cool. How about that? That's great. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Mom says on our way home from, I'm gonna guess that's supposed to be Little Rock. Mom says amazing concert. Good. I'm glad you had a great time. Uh, next bit of Disney news: new Disney villains Spirit jersey, Maleficent hat, and Hades tumbler have come to Walt Disney World. So the Maleficent hat is really cool. It's a Maleficent dragon hat. Um, so it's a black hat, and it has Maleficent horns coming off the backside here, and then the little like little fin type things coming off the sides of the hat there on the side underneath the horns. And so it's got green eyes, green snout, and a little bit of flames coming off the side of the bill. Pretty neat. Everybody's saying hi to Mom. Uh, but this is a really cool hat. I don't think it would work for me, but it's a really cool hat of the Maleficent Dragon. Also, there's the Spirit jersey is black, and it's got a vial on the front and some blue flames coming off the Walt Disney World logo. That D with the Mickey ears and globe in the middle of it. Established 1971. And the logo's in green as well. It's got a Yzma's pink potion bottle next to it. But on the back, it has Walt Disney World in the neon green, font color. And it's the same color as the logo that's on the front chest of the Spirit jersey. And it's got that puffy lettering also. Some people have complained about that puffy lettering. Let's see. Stacy says, "Will, for the record, the layover for Haunted Mansion is incredible as long as you don't get stuck in front of for 20 minutes in front of the na things." Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Mike says, "Na na 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 na." Na 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 na. Is that what you're talking about, Stacy? Oh, me. But this Spirit jersey is really cool. It's just a black Spirit jersey, neon green lettering, and then on the back, um, it's got several villains gathered together. You've got Dr. Facilier, Hades, Chernabog from Fantasia. You have the Evil Queen and Scar, all in different colors there. Yeah, Mike says yes. Stacy said Monarch Moments got stuck in front of them for 20 minutes on stream. My goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, Yzma. Yeah, my bad. Yzma, Hades. So Yzma and purple, kind of pink purple, vile colored. Then you got Hades in blue, Chernabog in red in the back, and then you've got the Evil Queen there in the front next to Hades, and then on the right of Evil Queen is the is Scar in kind of that greenish color from Be Prepared. Um, Jonathan said, "LOL, oh boy, Garrett stuck there with me doing the lyrics. It was so eye roll. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness, that's too funny." And they actually have socks to go along with the Spirit jersey here. Pretty neat. And there's they have a fanny pack or a Disney Villains belt bag for $39.99, which would go well with the Spirit jersey. Let's see here. My bad. The socks are $16.99, and the Spirit jersey, I can find a price, is $79.99. So there we go. Mike said I literally started hearing na 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 in his dreams. It's funny. Oh my goodness. Pam says, "What's worse, the na 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 or Small World?" That's a funny question. But anyway, really neat merch there. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Get swapped over here. Sorry, give me just a second. Gotta get my other window up here. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I don't know. I think I got everybody so far in the chat. Again, thanks for being here. I'm trying to bring up another tab. Give me just a second. While I'm getting this pulled up, let me change. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. While I'm getting this pulled up, I've wanted to do this for a while now. But real quick, I'm going to open. I have one pack from each of the sets that they have put out thus far for Lorcana. I've got this Elsa pack here from the first chapter. I've got Raya from Rise of the Floodborn here. Next artwork is Minnie, Rock Climber Minnie Mouse for Into the Inklands, and Ariel from Ursula's Return. I've wanted to do this for a while now on the channel, and I've not. I've been wanting to put out a video for it. But I'm going to go ahead and open so not just a triple opening, Jonathan. I'm going to do a quadruple opening. I'm going to give you more bang for your buck. I'm going to open all four of these. People are in the chat already trying to call it out. You don't have to call one out this week because I'm going to open one of each of these. Let's see what we get. Take guesses. Which pack do you think is going to have the best pulls? Let me know, because we already got people saying Ariel. Let me know which pack you think is going to have the best pulls. We got Elsa for the first chapter. We have Raya for Rise of the Floodborn. We have Minnie for Into the Inklands, and we have Ariel from Ursula's Return. So let me know which one is going to have the best pulls. Pam says Ariel is going to, and let's see. Tina says Ariel. Jonathan says he thinks that the Floodborn pack thinks Raya is going to have the best pulls. Stacy says I'm a Raya fan. Let's see here what we get. Starting off, we actually is the Maleficent as the actual pack artwork. Elsa was the outer sleeve. Mike says Minnie. So we've got several different responses here. First pack. This is first chapter pack. Oh, on the floor. First chapter pack. First card is Magic Broom. This is Bucket Brigade. Next up is Sudden Chill. Cruella de Vil. Amy says Minnie. Debbie says Minnie. TT's from Hercules. Next up, he's got a sword. I think he says, "You idiot, we've all got swords." From Aladdin. Next up is Beast. Control your temper. That's great. Bell putting him in his place there. Next up is Simba. Future King. I love that artwork. See if I can get the focus here. I don't feel like it's focused. I'm going to hold these up a little bit closer. Next up, Shield of Virtue. I think it's, first uncommon card. Shield of Virtue. We have Befuddle. Merlin. Mother Knows Best. Listen to your mother. It's a scary world out there. And then we should be getting in the rares now. Oh, super rare. Mother Gothel speaking. So how about that? We go from Mother Knows Best, and then we get Mother Gothel. How about that? That's perfect. That is perfect. Back to back there. Super rare Mother Gothel. How about that? Next card. Legendary Elsa, Spirit of Winter. My goodness. That is exciting. How about that? That's exciting. It's been a little bit since I pulled a legendary. I've been due. And so for a good pull, and this is a great pull. Elsa Spirit of Winter, legendary card. And last but not least, we have Moana. That's a cold foil rare. How about this pack? That's a great pack. And then the puzzle piece, of course, is Brave Little Tailor Mickey. I think this is his top left piece. So, man, that's a great pack. Great pack. That's exciting. I pulled a super rare. This might be one of the best packs I've opened, actually, of all the packs I've opened so far. So there in the rare slots, we got a super rare Mother Gothel, legendary Elsa, and a rare foil Moana. So we're off to a hot start. My goodness. Um, so, first chapter, obviously, first pack I've opened is obviously strongly in the lead here. Next up, we have Raya. Let's see what the pack on the inside actually has on it. It's got the Beast on it, Rise of the Floodborn, the second set for Lorcana that came out. Let's see what we get here. All right. I'm on my way. I can go the distance. Hercules, Ratigan, Criminal Mastermind, Great Mouse Detective. Next up, Basil of Baker Street, continuing the Great Mouse Detective theme. Next up, we got Snow White, Lost in the Forest with a little deer. Oh dear. Next up, Winnie the Pooh. Love this artwork. I love this artwork. I'm so glad Mom has the playmat for this one. The Honey Wizard, Winnie the Pooh, is incredible. Next up, Last Cannon from Mulan. And we've got Snow White again. Uncommon card, Unexpected House Guest. I love this artwork. You can see she's got the deer with her again, but she's there in the house with all the other forest critters. Now we have, when I was a lad, I would eat 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. Gaston song. Sword in the Stone, item card, is uncommon. First up is a rare Gaston. Says Intellectual Powerhouse, Floodborn card. Next we have Teeth and Ambitions. It's another rare card, Scar. My teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. And last up, we have Binja, the cold foil card. It's a regular, it's a common card. So so we got 2 rares, and then the holo was a common. So that definitely means that the first chapter pack is still in the lead. Next up, we've got Minnie, Rock Climber Minnie. See what this pack has in it. And the actual pack artwork has Jafar on it there. So the first chapter Elsa pack is still in first place. But let's see how this pack does. We have Billy Bones, Treasure Planet, Keeper of the Map. Next up, Skippy from Robin Hood, Energetic Rabbit. We have Pua, Pot-Bellied Buddy. Vault Door, Scrooge McDuck's Vault. Oh, I just lost I'm about to lose my ring light again here. Helga Sinclair, Right Hand Woman. Next up, Miss Bianca. Ursula, again, shout out to Pat Carroll. It's appropriate to pull an Ursula card today, or passing in 2022. Hydros, Ice Titan, uncommon card, Hercules. Next up, we have the Queen of Hearts, another uncommon card. It's Wonderland Empress. We have Maui's Fishhook, which are rare. Next up is Robin Hood, another rare. How about that? I love that. Love that artwork. Daydreamer, Robin Hood. And last but not least, what we got? We have Kit Cloud Kicker. It's an uncommon foil card. Sorry, I have to get my ring light going again here so you can see the foil on this card. There we go. Turn down a little bit. Just a little bit too bright. There we go. Foil. Kit Cloud Kicker. So again, that's 2 rares and a non-common. So that beats the Floodborn pack. So this is currently in second place, the end of the Inklands pack. Let's see. Again, Mom has pulled an Enchanted. I've never pulled an Enchanted before. They're pretty rare to pull. And so I'm still in the hunt. Mom pulled a Robin Hood Enchanted card on on stream, and so I'm still in the hunt. Let's see what we get. This is the Ariel Ursula's Return. It's the 4th set that they put out. The pack itself actually has Sisu on it from Ryan the Last Dragon. All right, let's see what Ursula's Return. This is my first, I believe, my first time opening a pack from Ursula's Return. So let's see, maybe first pack magic. We shall find out. We have a record player from Lilo and Stitch. Next up is Benja, Bold Unifier. Dolores Madrigal, welcome to the family, Madrigal. Easy listener. We have Tor. Tor would like to quit and be a florist. Gunther does interior design. Seldom they all seem. Song card. Hey, did your homework and watched Raya. I love Raya. What did you think, Pam? I love Sisu as well, Stacy. We got Yao, Imperial Soldier from Mulan. Next up is Ursula again. Mad Sea Witch. Pretty cool. Uncommon card. Next up we have Sisu. Another uncommon card. It's a neat artwork too. Speaking of Raya. We have I find them, I flatten them. The pressure like a drip, drip, drip. Encanto. Stacy says Raya is one of my favorites. Pam says it was cute. Ooh, right off the bat, we have a super rare Minnie Mouse. Look at that. Musketeer Champion. That's a beautiful card. Love that artwork. Musketeer Champion Minnie Mouse. So super rare right off the bat. What do we got? Another super rare. Okay, we're off to a hot start. Ariel Treasure Collector. There she is with Flounder under the sea. All right, here we go. Last pack, or last card in the pack. Last card in the pack opening. What are we going to get? We have two super rares. Now, you know, it's going to have to be pretty good. Because I got a super rare, a legendary, and a foil rare from the first chapter pack. Let's see what this last card is. What we get? Hercules. Hercules foil rare card. Let's see if I can get it to focus. How about that? Got the city and some columns flying behind him. Beloved hero. So it's a rare. So how about that? So this, so to order them based off of the pulls, the first chapter pack with Elsa was first. Second would be the Ariel Ursula's Return pack. Third would be Into the Inklands, and fourth, based off of card rarity, would be Rise of the Floodborn. So anyway, it's a whole lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I've been wanting to do that on the channel for a long time now, and we got some really cool pulls. So I'm thrilled about that. Yeah, Hercules. There you go. Yeah. So I'm very excited to have gotten some good pulls here tonight. I've been due, so I guess it helps if you open 4 packs at once versus just one a week. But anyway, again, mom's been at the Donny Osmond concert tonight. More on that next week. Hope you're all doing well. Big shout out to our channel members, Alex and Charlie Kennett, Mike Wheeler, Tina McNeil, Mike 88 NYC, Texas Takes, Pam's Fam. Thanks so much to everybody, being here tonight. I know it's a little bit different dynamic when it's just me or just mom, but appreciate you being here, having fun talking a little bit of cruise news. Looking forward to D23 coming up next, early part of next month. Or just a week or two out from that. Yeah, Stacy said none of us are surprised you had 4 to open, right? See, I have to pace myself. I've got some more, but I've got to pace myself because it's fun to to open them over time. But again, thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks to Aunt Jillian, Aunt Susan, Jillian colleague, and other family members, Stacy Rogers, T. McNeil, Dean the Turkey Lakester, Mandy Adams, Jonathan Chung, Alex Kennett, Monorail Molly, Katie Mack wishing on stars, Mike Wheeler, Najuma Brown, AJC Magic TV, the Disney Baker, Simba 2, Debbie Burnfield, Kevin Sparrow, and Joseph Dion. And if I missed you, I apologize. I do the best I can to keep track, especially tonight, looking at notes and trying to interact with the chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Jonathan. Yeah, thanks. Thank you also, Amy. But I thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate all y'all and your encouragement. I always look forward to Tuesday night talking Disney news with all of you. I hope Mom has safe travels back from the concert. Her and Miss Brenda, if they have safe travels. But thanks everybody for being here. Whether you're watching in the chat or whether you're hanging out with us in the chat and talking, or if you're in ghost mode, you're just watching in the background because you got other stuff going on. Regardless of how you're here, or if you're part of Team Replay, shout out to Lisa, Keith, and Joey. It's Joey's World, captains of our Team Replay. We really appreciate it. It's a big encouragement to us. So thank you for being here. Always if you're watching the replay, make sure to leave us a comment. Let us know. If there's something about the news or something about this day in Disney history, whatever part of the show you enjoyed the most, let us know. Yeah, have a good night, Alex. But if you haven't already, check out theliveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Also, check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire and The Live Place. Check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, TubeBuddy helps track viewing trends, suggested keywords for titles and tags, helps track channel data that's helpful in growing your channel. Basic version's free. There's a paid version if you have under 1,000 subs. It's discounted also. Use our link. We both get a free month. Also, speaking of free, we'll both get a $10 credit for a future order if you check out Stickermule and use our link in the description below. We use Stickermule for buttons, stickers, pins, magnets. Oh my, there's so much you can get out there on Stickermule. So if you haven't checked that out already, if you need any of that, buttons, stickers, pins, magnets, etc., if you need any of that, check out Stickermule. Use our link. We both get a $10 credit for a future order. So it's a win-win. But again, thanks everybody for being here. We go live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Usually it's me and my mom, Dawn, for anybody that's new that may be joining us, possibly for the first time tonight. It's usually me and my mom, doing the stream together, or us and someone else, a friend or, but anyway, again, we go live every day Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watching the replay. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I see good notifications when we go live. Come hang out with us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, you can email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Hey, Destroys, 188. Thank you for being here. Newer name to our chat. Appreciate you dropping in on us. We're just wrapping up, but appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. Hope you're doing well. But if you want to reach out to us directly, you can send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Again, I hope that everybody's doing well. Hope you all have a great week. It's been a lot of fun talking cruise news with you and reminiscing on, some memories, talking about, Disneyland and talking about, a Bug's Land and, dinosaur, being rethemed to Indiana Jones. But anyway, I'm anxiously looking forward to, excitedly looking forward to D23 to see what they have in store for us this year. Very, always some cool news coming out of D23. So looking forward to that coming up here in a couple weeks. So I guess I think it's the 9th, maybe. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all have a great week. Again, thanks everybody for being here. Hopefully see you again next Tuesday night. Again, all of you have a great week. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks again for being here. And remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back. Bye, everybody. Have a great week, y'all. Thanks for being here.